Welcome to the Woman's Legacy Podcast Show. This podcast is for all women identifying as trailblazers, entrepreneurs, pioneers, visionaries, and or priestesses who have already built so much. You've maybe already made the big money. You've maybe built a successful business. You may have your dream partner. You may have manifested the thing, and you want more. And as you already have built so much, you do not necessarily want faster and higher, but deeper, more meaning, more pleasure, more impact. You ask, what now? What's my next evolution? My next era? My next step? Here to build a legacy. If you can't take your followers and fame to the grave, what do you want to build? What do you want to leave behind? How do you want to have lived? What is your legacy? That we explore in this podcast. I'm your host, Julia, and with my brand Luxury Goddess, I have been a coach and mentor since 2018. I have made over 4 million euros in the German marketplace alone. I have emigrated with my beautiful family as we always have dreamed of. I've moved from trauma bonding to a beautiful, thriving relationship of many years with my dream man. I travel, I love my community, I love my life, and continually expand into innovation. More bliss, more heartfelt service, here to build a legacy. So if you resonate with this and are on a similar mission, my work in this podcast is for you. Let's dive into today's episode. Enjoy. Welcome to today's episode. And as I want this podcast to be like a book, with each episode being a chapter that greatly serves you, I want to start at the beginning. So, this podcast is about your legacy. This podcast is about you being at a point in your life where you have achieved things, manifested things that have you realize, I am the one who co-creates everything. Nothing in the outside can really make me happy. Ultimately, it's inside out. And whatever I have done, or whoever I am at this point, there's more, but this more won't be making me happy if it's only circumstantial, or if it's only something that I'm doing out of a wound, out of a limiting belief system or pattern. If it's to have validation, right? Or feeling worthy because I do that. So we understand at this point at our life that there's more for us to be, do, have. Now, I want to start with this piece where we make sure that all of us understand. So I understand, and you, as you listen, understand that we are all in different phases in our life. So some of us are getting ready to be a mother. Some of us are wanting to build a family. Some of us are wanting to just build that empire. Some of us want to do the next business. Some of us want to focus on giving back and building a community or an institution that collects money to serve a cause that you really believe in. And it could be all of these pieces in any of this piece, right? Some of you are getting ready to manifest your dream partner, or to get engaged, or to get married, or to build a house, or to just build a nest. If you just, even if you rent an apartment, but you want to make it more cozy and nest. So we want to understand, first of all, that I'm not going to speak as if we were all at the same point, because we are all so unique. You are so unique. And the point in your life that you are at right now is unique to you. So I want you to look at the phase of your life that you are in right now. What is this phase? What is this era? What is this point in your life and time of your life right now where you are at? I want you to take an inventory of what are you really desiring? What are you really looking for? What are you really wishing? And if we look desire-based, what is the desire and the need? If we look need-based as well, right? I want us to look as well into the collective awakening and development and evolution. That's what I wanted to say. The awakening and the evolution of the collective. So where are we at right now? I feel the more we awaken as humanity and the more we evolve as humanity, it's about authenticity. It's about truth. It's about realness. It's who are you truly? Who are you really? And it could be that we awaken to the fact, oh my gosh, I don't really know, honestly. I don't really know who I am. I know my name. I know what I've done so far. But who I authentically am, I don't know because I'm people-pleasing so much. It could be that awakening, and that's okay, right? It could be that you know who you are. You stand strong in that. You feel that, and you're so proud that you live yourself, that you feel safe enough, because that's really what it is, nervous system wise, that you feel safe to be you around your family, around your loved ones, around your community. So however your life is structured and however you co-created your life. Who are you really? And then what is your next evolution? What is your next step? If we understand that anything that's short term is just for the moment, and that we want to understand as well that we are not here to do all of that, to have validation, to feel worthy because of the next launch, or validated because of a photo shoot or the photos we bring and people say, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. If that's great, but it's not about that, then what is your next evolution? If you think more long term, and not that you have to, especially if you're familiar to human design, I'm going to give you an episode about that as well. I'm going to give you an episode around all the pillars that I work with, so you can work with them as well and check in with yourself regarding your legacy and what you want to do here. But if you're familiar with human design and you're a manifesting generator, you might not want to look long term in what you're doing right now, but you can look at your vision. You can look at, what am I wanting to change on earth? What am I wanting to remember? What do I want to remind people of? If we are here, and I truly believe that, to bring each other home, to walk each other home, to remember together who we are here to be. And through my uniqueness, you embrace that facet of you, that archetype in you, that puzzle piece that I bring forth with being me. Then what is it that it evokes in you, and that it wakes in you, and that it kisses in you, inside of you? It's like, oh my gosh, I am that as well, because I am everything there is, because all is love, and we are everything. If we look into the future this way, again, not that you have to do everything this way, not that you have to now decide and always do it. But if you look a little more long term in the way of, I'm building this. And the way I'm building this is out of self-love. It's because I have that strong, innate intuition and clarity that is what I want to bring forth. Then what is it? Because if you come to the conclusion, oh my gosh, I really want to build a family, then how, if we use the concept of manifestation, how do you embody being a mom and a family member, a woman that has a family? with your life right now. If you have gone live every day of the week for a month or years and years now, 3 times a day, and you want to have a family, do you want to keep that, or is there something you want to change? Because if so, you could start changing it now to embody that mom you want to be, to embody the mother you want to be, so you let the universe know you're ready, right? How do we become who we want to be energetically already? By changing a few things already, by what we're having, what we're doing, and how we're being about what we're wanting. Okay? So for me, for example, I want to build a legacy. I want to leave something behind that's innovative and that serves people greatly. So what is it I want to build? And I go about that in a way where I understand I'm building a house, and that takes time. As much time as it takes. I want to build a village. That takes time. I want to leave a legacy. That means I'm not here to feel validated by a 5, 6, 7-figure launch right now. It's amazing if it happens, but my main goal is to love what I'm bringing forth and to serve and to have people who actually have real transformations. That's what I'm looking for. And then the byproduct of that is the money, are the things. So if you're looking at your life right now, in the phase of your life that you're in right now, I want you to really understand what it is that you're wanting right now. And I also want you to look at how are you co-creating with the universe. So every year of my past, I could tell you now what this year was about. So for example, October 2022 until April 2023 was a period of trauma bond integration and of a deep, deep tidying up of all things relating for me. That's the evolution I was in. And that was the most important piece. Now, since that time, I've actually been in the phase of peace, as is my alignment as a manifestor in human design. And I'm really walking this path in what brings me peace. How do I feel peaceful? How do I appreciate and value who I am and who I get to relate with and everything and everyone in my life? So what is this era and evolution about? If you can grasp the overarching intention of that phase, it's much easier to feel fulfilled and satisfied and looking forward and grateful and all the beautiful things we can feel if we are clear that we are in that phase. Instead of saying, oh my gosh, I have so much healing to do, we say, I own this phase of trauma integration. I am actively trauma integrating and healing and learning about my nervous system, and I own that. Like, that is a book I write, a film I co-create. That is the evolution that I am in. So not only do I want you to become clear about who you want to be and what phase you are in and how you are consciously co-creating with the universe, the paradigm that you're wanting to step into, the life that you're wanting to co-create. And if you've already co-created a life you love and you're proud of, for most of us, it's the case. That's who this podcast is for. But what is the next evolution of you? If you are really the trailblazer for many, many women who do not have any, I want to say idol, but that's not the best word, anyone to look up to, how to understand how to be a feminine woman, how to love being a woman, and how to be able to have it all, then we are the ones who people can see and say, oh my gosh, like, she literally has it all. What a great, like, I'm so happy to see this already realized, because this gives me hope. And when I think of my past, honestly, I was such a people pleaser. I was so alarmed in my nervous system at all times. When I look back at who I was with the birth of my son, I was half alive of how alive I am today. I was very much numb still, very people pleasing still. I did not make the kind of money I made. I didn't live like this. I was not at all happy with my relationship. I was very much trauma bonding with almost everyone I knew because that's all I knew how to relate. And it gives people hope because I can say it's possible. You can integrate trauma and trauma bonding. You can love relating. You can feel yourself fully again. You can step out of the people pleasing and own your needs and your truth and communicate that peacefully. I know that to be true in my life because I made it true. And what's next? Because there's always more for us to expand into. And again, I really want you to differentiate between what you think the next step is, what you think success should be like, because when we die, I'm very sure we're not gonna lay or sit on that deathbed thinking, I'm so happy I have 100,000 followers. I'm so happy I'm famous. I'm so happy about the photos that I took. And only if it's meaningful to you, you'll think that. You'll think about the orgasms. You'll think about the laughs, the fun, the tears, the moments of community that counted, of giving back, of special moments that you experienced. So we want to make it mean something. We want to live. Most importantly, we want to expand into pleasure and living and enjoying this life. And that's why I made this podcast. There's studies about what makes us most happy. And if you want to guess, take a moment to guess. If you just want to hear it, here it comes. What makes people most happy in studies that have been done is for us to help people, for us to serve, for us to give back, for us to understand that it means something to people what we say or give or have to give them, or who we are and what it inspires for them how to be. And so I want you to remember that you will feel that need anyway. Because sometimes there's a point in life where we think, what does it even matter? And, for me, that happened last year in October. Oh my gosh, if there's so much criticism and hate towards my person and my work, is this truly what I want to do? Like, do I want to continue this work, honestly? And then the more I deepened that contemplation, I realized, yes, I do. Because if I wouldn't do it, I would not feel the same fulfillment as I do. I feel peace because I create. And I want to bring these creations forward. It's who I am as a person. So really go there. Who are you? Who do you want to be? And I always say, who did you come here to be? Because who you want to be and who you want to become is not like I'm getting better and higher and I'm self-optimizing. That's not what I mean. I mean in the remembrance of your soul and heart. Who did you come here to be? As a soul being, who are you? With your unique gifts, the way you are, with all your quirks, bring them forward. You are going to feel fulfilled and happy about serving if you are aware that you are not here to save anyone. We are not operating in the drama triangle. You're not here to save anyone. You're not here to be the villain, and you're not here to be the victim. You are here eye to eye, shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, to walk this path with everyone who wants to relate to you in this way. So what do you want? Okay? What do you want? Who did you come here to be on this earth? To serve because you have it in your heart to bring that forth. And remember, we elevate the energy and the frequency of this planet if we are happy, if we are having fun, if we are allowing ourselves to be sad when we're sad, if we are there for ourselves when we're angry, if we are literally the inner man to our inner woman, or the inner mom to our inner child. So it's not complicated, and it's not calling you to be anyone you're not. It's not hard and it's not complicated. I just want to say that again. You are here to be you in the most easeful way you can find out. So have fun with this. Enjoy this contemplation. Really deepen this. Who are you? Who did you come here to be? And what is your phase? What is the phase you are in? Because again, if I'm coming with all that fire at you right now and you're in this huge healing era, that's perfect. Own that. I invite you to own that, because that is who you are meant to be right now in this chapter of your life. So let's contemplate on that. Let's come with that clarity. And in the next episode, I'm going to bring my pillars of innovation, my pillars of evolution. I'm going to talk about what I love, which is trauma integration, tantra, human design. So I want to bring these different pillars, and I'm going to then talk about each of them in different episodes, so you can explore all of them for you in building your legacy. Thank you so much for listening today. And if this particular episode served you, go and share it with someone if you think it'll serve someone else as well. Thank you so much for your presence and for your listening today. That was today's episode of the Woman's Legacy podcast show. I hope this episode and whole podcast serves you. And if it does, I invite you to leave a 5-star review on iTunes or rank the podcast 5 stars on whatever platform you listen, and or subscribe, comment, or share. Whatever feels right to you, so we can let all trailblazers and pioneers know that this podcast is out there, here to serve and support. Thank you. From one trailblazer to another, I deeply appreciate you rising for you, your immediate environment, and for this world. I look forward to catch you next time. Yours, Julia.